Hello friends, today's my video is about another fun card. This card is called Shutter card, and today I'm going to give you dimensions for two card sizes. First, I will show you dimensions for a 5.5 and 4.25 card. For the card base, I use a 8.5 by 5.5 cardstock piece. Then score at 2 1/8 and 6 3/8. Fold it like this and we will get a gatefold card. For the shutter, I use 2 pieces of 3.5 by 3 pieces. Along the 3.5 inch side, score at ½ inch. Then I mark the middle of the 3 inch side. On the middle line, I am marking 1½ inch. Now I am drawing lines from that point to the corners. Now I am cutting off the triangle. I am going to follow the same steps with the other piece too. Now for the center panel inside the card, I am using a white cardstock piece, measures 6.5 by 3 inches. Score it at ½ and 6 inches. Okay, now for the 7 by 5 inches card. For the card base, I am using a 10 by 7 cardstock piece and score it at 2.5 and 7.5 inch. The center panel is 3.5 and 8 inches in size. Score it at ½ and 7.5 inch. For the shutter, we need 3 3/4 by 3.5 rectangle pieces. On the long side, score it at ½ inches. Now I am marking the center line of the 3.5 side. On the center line, I am marking 1½ inch point. Now I am cutting off the triangle and do the same for the other piece. Off the camera, I stamped some images and colored them on the center panel. Then die cut a window using a circle die. The die I used has a diameter of 2¼ inch. I want to add a frame around the opening, so I am using the same die that I used to create the opening and another circle die which is slightly bigger than the previous one. After running through the die cutting machine, here is our frame. It fits nicely around the opening. Now I am gluing the frame around the opening. Now For the opening, I am going to add a sentiment. So, I die cut a circle using the same die I used for the opening, using white cardstock. Now, I am stamping the sentiment using a green color ink pad to match the card. Before assembling the shutter, we have to decorate the card base. Today, I am using some pattern paper on the card base. Before making the shutter part, I am going to attach one side of the center panel to the card base. I am using double-sided tape here. After removing the release paper, I carefully line up the score line with the top line. Make sure the panel is right in the middle. Now I am adding some glue to the sentiment circle. Then pop it to the opening and press to the card base. Now for the shutter. Here also I am using some double-sided adhesive tape. After removing the release paper, I am placing one of the shutter pieces behind the center panel, placing the sticky side up. I am aligning the notch of the shutter piece with the center of the circle. Once I am happy with the placement, I am closing the panel. Now the shutter part is attached to the card. Now for the second piece. I am placing it like this. We have to make sure if the left part is on top. At the bottom, left is underneath the right side one. Close the panel, and now the second piece is also attached to the card base. Next, remove the release paper of the tape at the bottom of the centerpiece and stick it to the card base. The shutter mechanism is ready. Finally, I am making a belly band to wrap around the card. First, I scored 2.5 inch. From there, I scored 4 3/8, slightly bigger than the card width. Now, I am checking it with the card. Okay, it's moving easily. I am finishing the belly band using some glue. I cut off the excess strip of the camera. For the front of the belly band, I am attaching a stamped image using some foam squares. If you want, you can add some wordings to the back of the card. Now, this is our finished shutter card. this is how it looks when we open and close the card. You can follow the same steps to make a 5x7 card. That's all for you today. Thank you for watching my video. See you soon from another tutorial. Bye.